Afraid of Monsters was made in Stockholm, the capital of Sweden. And here, in this house, is where I'm living. And that's where all the magic happens. Hi, my name is Andreas Rönnberg, and I'm the creator of Afraid of Monsters. I'm also called Rumpel, and I'm from Sweden, so my native language is Swedish, but if you find any errors in my speaking, then you will know that English is not my current language. You may wonder how I got the idea of Afraid of Monsters. Actually, I got it by I wanted to make a horror mod, so I started by making a test mod, which I called Alla Fula Monster, which means all the ugly monsters in English. So what I did with that mod was just practicing the Half-Life engine, and I was just trying to learn everything. My age was I was 12 years old back then when I was trying to learn all that. So I was 12 years old trying to make a horror mod, and it went pretty good. Then when the test mod was shaping up and started to look good, then I was thinking man, I should make a proper mod of this, not just something I'm testing. I should actually make it a proper modification. So I was speaking with my brothers and my brother's friends, and my middle brother, Mikael Rönnberg, told me that, hey man, why shouldn't the story should be about drugs. Like, the main character takes drugs, and all the monsters you see is just hallucinations. And I was like, yeah, that's a good idea, actually. Really nice. And that's also why he's in the credits. He's the one who is giving me some ideas, and that's pretty nice. And I also had my older brother who gave me very much ideas. That was really nice. The first map was I was making a nightmare map, and that was you were playing around in a forest, and then you found a castle, and in that castle you found some monsters and shit, some paintings, and then you were climbing up for a cliff, or I don't know, and then you entered a white corridor, and then you ended up in the hospital. But I didn't like that map. So yeah, actually I'm going to show you that in a second. About the name Afraid of Monsters. My brother's friend Danne, he said that Afraid of Monsters, the name would be good because it has a nice short name like AOM, which sounds very nice, like CS for Counter-Strike. And I thought, yeah, Afraid of Monsters, AOM, which sounds pretty nice. So I chose the Afraid of Monsters name, and also he told me the main character name, which was David Letterhoff. So he was the one who gave David Letterhoff the name, and I didn't realize at that age that David Letterhoff sounds very similar to, what is his name? David Hasselhoff. And I really regret that I gave him the name David Letterhoff, because it sounds fucking bad. Alright, so this is one of the first versions of the Nightmare maps, and as you can see, it takes place in a forest. This is how one of the very first Afraid of Monsters maps, how this looked like. So here I am running around in a forest, trying to figure out where I am and how I got there. Hopefully I shall find my way out, but as it was like, I don't know, like 8 years ago I made this level, I really can't find where I'm supposed to go, but yeah, now it seems like I found it. Okay, so here it is, a house. First it took place in a castle, but I don't have that map. So I think this is the second version of the Nightmare map. So now let's enter. No, I can't. I need to find. Whoa! Here we have a monster. So let's find that button. Here it is. Whoa! There's a monster. I need to kill him. Right, let's proceed. Okay, there's a lot of monsters here. There's another button. So yeah, here, this is how the Nightmare map looked like in the beginning. And yeah. And then you come to some cliffs. You have to jump down in some ugly water. And then, oh yeah, a lot of monsters here. Then you have to climb up this. You walk, climb. Well, now die. But yeah, you can see how it looked before. But as you can tell, I wasn't really happy with this map. It looked shit. It looked very bad. And looked bad, and the rest of the maps looked alright. This map, nah. But it could be interesting to show you this map anyway, how it was supposed to look like before. And then you enter this little corridor. So yeah, I wasn't so sure about the Nightmare map at that point. I didn't like that you were playing in an actual kind of realistic environment with those woods and houses and stuff, so I decided to make it more like dreamish and more nightmarish. So then I had to like come up with an idea like with the black background with the white sketch drawings. So I came up with that idea by I was drawing in paint. I was using a black background with then I just draw some white lines, and I made a tree, and it turned out pretty good. It looked nice, so I decided to use those pictures as textures for the map, and I just wrapped it in and put it in the map, and the result was pretty nice. And here I have some pretty interesting drawings. I'm always drawing when I want to create something. Otherwise I can't create it. So I'm lying in my bed. Okay, here is some drawings to the Nightmare map, and this corridor is the first corridor that appears in Afraid of Monsters, the original, and that's the fence corridor with those eyes and faces looking at you, and those points here are the red dots, and the dots they aren't inspired by Max Payne. I didn't play Max Payne before I made the mod, so Afraid of Monsters has nothing to do with Max Payne. Actually, I played Max Payne after I had created Afraid of Monsters, so the red dot ideas are my own idea, and I got the idea from my brother's friend who told me, who said his trip when he took LSD, he saw a lot of dots, a lot of colored dots, and that's why I had a lot of colored dots as well in the Nightmare map, and then I chose you to follow a certain color that was the red color, and that's why I made those dots. So yeah, here's the fence, and those eyes are concepts to the white sketch area in the Nightmare map. Here's another interesting picture that I found to use as inspiration for the Nightmare map. I don't know what this actually is. It's some kind of commercial thing. But those trees, white trees and black background, inspired me pretty much. So it's actually cool that I have saved all this. But yeah, here's another concept to the hospital. All those papers are concepts for the original Afraid of Monsters, so this is no Afraid of Monsters Director's Cut concepts. So here you can see the hospital. Here's the bathroom, but it was switched to this area instead. And here you start, and this is the visitor room, and the stairs, and it doesn't look exactly like how it looks in game now. I sometimes have to change the look of the map when I map it because of, I don't know, technical issues or something. Yeah, and this is another easy concepts for the hospital. I usually draw when I was in school, and when I didn't have any color pencils, I was just writing which color it should have. Like here it says that it should have an orange color, and the floor should be orange, and yeah. And this is the garage map. It looks totally the same as how it looks in the mod, except this isn't a bus, this is a SWAT team police vehicle. Actually, we can go back to the hospital blueprint. Yeah, like here. I can show you in the actual source map to this certain area. Now remember this staircase and those beds and those wooden planks over here. And I'm going to show you it in Valhammer, the program I'm using for
mapping for mapping. So here's the staircase that I told you to remember. You've seen it in various trailers and videos. I thought it could be cool to show it in the actual program, and I'm amazed on how I've been able to store it, to back up it and such. And here's their beds, the morgue, and here's the wooden planks. Where can I find it? Yeah, there. So yeah, here's how it looks in the Valvehammer editor. This is a very old map. It's too old. So yeah, that was the beds, and so you can see how I'm creating my maps. I'm always drawing them up either in papers or in paint, usually paint, but now I'm using Photoshop to make my blueprints for Cryofear, even though it looks like paint. Or if I'm at work and I want to draw some ideas quickly, I'm using post-its that I hang up on my screen. This is a top secret blueprint for a map to Cryofear, the upcoming mod that I'm working with. So it can lie there. Back to those drawings again. Here's a drawing to the director's cut version. It's the City 3X map. And here's some paper things that I've collected to get inspiration for the Solgarden map in the director's cut version. So yeah, I got the inspirations for the maps. I wanted it to be like a, what was called in English, just a trashy area outside the city with those trashy apartments. So yeah, there's another. Yeah, I mean, look at it. I use this as a fucking reference. What is this? Yeah, whatever. But yeah, it's a lot of concepts for the maps. This is the Nightmare map after the lake. You can see the awesome face there. And this is quite cool. My sister's daughter, she was 9 years old when she drew this, and she drew a concept for it. It doesn't say much, but yeah. That's another drawing. The Nightmare map. That's where you find the Uzi, and that's the mirror that breaks when it tells you to go down. And, that's the staircase room, and this is the office. This is the bottom floor. And it's actually upside down. Yeah, this is the entrance and the kitchen, basement, toilet, and living room, and yeah, so on. Something in the back side here. Yeah, concept to how I should make the what we call this in English. Wherever you can probably see what area this is, and I was sketching on how I should make the lamps, and I was using brushes to make those things, and then on the complex areas I was using transparent textures. And yeah, it's another paper things for. Actually, this is Resident Evil Cold Blood concepts I was using. This house is in Resident Evil Cold Blood. It shouldn't be here. Actually, like that. This is a concept for the ending. This is the first ending. I was drawing a storyboard for it. And this is the director's cut ending 1, the storyboard, and the police is coming in and boom. And yeah, cast. This is the ending, ending 3 forest blueprint for Daft, and this is another concept for, you can see the big clock there. Most of the ideas I get is from my dreams, and you know, dreams are fucked up, and especially my dreams, they're fucked up, and there's the face there. And so in my dream I saw a big clock, big white clock in the distance, or not really in the distance, but it was pretty awesome, and I used that. Now I'm going to talk to you about some the main character idea. As I mentioned early in this video, I told you that the character David Ladderhoff was his name was given by my brother's friend, who said that he should have the name David Ladderhoff. And then back then we two used to sit down at the kitchen table and draw just some funny pictures, and then I started to draw on David Ladderhoff. So I can show you the David Ladderhoff main pictures. This is the first drawing of David Ladderhoff. So, here's another interesting picture. You may recognize it. It's the concept that was in the Affair of Monsters Mob DB background. So yeah, this is where it's from. Something else. So yeah, you just sit to draw and design those funky pictures. There's another concept of David Ladderhoff. Concept. This is where he's looking at the mirror, like having all this anxiety and this stuff. So yeah, David Ladderhoff is a mentally ill person. He's addicted to drugs. And here's this. I think you may recognize these pictures as well. And then a lot of people have been wondering what EA45 means. Actually it means E means Emma, A means Andreas, 4 means 4, as 4, and 5 means the 5th letter in the alphabet, which is E, and E stands for ever. So basically it's Emma plus Andreas forever. It's a bit gay, but yeah. And by the way, Emma is my girlfriend. So that's what EA45 stands for. This is how David Ladderhoff looks in game. This is the very first version of David Ladderhoff that I made. And back then I didn't know anything about texturing or modeling, so what I basically did was to reskin the very old Gordon Freeman model with paint textures. And it looks very bad. This was the first design of the sweater. It didn't have the 45 thing, it was using some other thing. So yeah, this is how David Ladderhoff looked. And then I reskinned, was it this? No. And yeah, then I reskinned another Gordon Freeman. So you can tell it looks a lot better. And
some interesting facts is that I used paint to make all those textures. So like this head, I used paint and I painted it all with paint. I didn't know Photoshop back then, so I only used paint when I made Afraid of Monsters. So yeah, this is all painted with paint. So you can see my modeling wasn't very good. I was just editing the Gordon Freeman model. So yeah. And then in Director's Cut, James came into the picture. He joined the team later on, and he helped me with some small stuff. Basically with, mainly with code. He did all the coding for Director's Cut, but he also made some small things like editing this hoodie here. He added more polys, like the first version only had one triangle. Now it has some smoother shapes. And yeah, he just polished the model a bit. So yeah, that's David Letterhoff. I'm going to talk about the monsters in Afraid of Monsters. So yeah, Afraid of Monsters. And yeah, what can I say about the monsters? Well, actually the monsters are just reskinned Half-Life monsters. I don't like it, but hey, I didn't know modeling back then. I managed to edit some of those. The Twitchers are heavily modified day hunger zombies. So I edited the textures and the animations, as you can see, and the sounds, everything, all that edited from Day Hunger. And that's only the zombies. And the zombies looked very different at times. First they had like waffles covered faces, and then I gave them big white eyes. And by the way, they were all slow walking, they weren't fast. They were only walking like normal zombies in Half-Life. They were basically using the Half-Life animations, the zombie animations, and I can show you how. So yeah, this is how one of the very first how the zombies look like in the beginning. You can see they have like very big white eyes kind of things. And you can see here some other how it looked in game. I really thought that those white eyes was like, I don't know, staring into your soul or something. I really liked it back then, but then I realized that it actually didn't look so good. Here's another picture with it, subway map. Yeah. And I think I should have another picture. Yeah. Here's all the versions that I were using. So I made this picture of all the versions of the zombies, the Twitchers, and I sent this picture to my friends, and I told them I had like some kind of vote, and they all voted on the C version. So I wasn't happy about the C version, so first the face was blurred, and then I redid the face. I made them black, the black eyes, and like
black drips, like so it looked like he was crying, and yeah. I can show you all those monsters in motion actually. This Twitcher was one of the first versions. As you can see, it was using the regular Half-Life zombie animations. And here's another version. You can see here's his eyes, a bit, you know, looks like assholes for some reason. So yeah, here's he's walking very slow. Still his head is twitching, but he's walking slow. But then I wanted the monsters to run. I really like monsters who run, and so I tried to make the Twitchers run, and that was by speeding up the walk animation. So, like at the very end of the monsters progress, like maybe a month before the release, I decided to speed up their walk animations, and that was a good idea. So I basically, what I did was to speed up their animation, and that result was brilliant. And then the footstep sound was very bad when they were walking fast. It was like, so I removed the footstep sounds. They were all silent, and then they like twitching appeared from the darkness and without any sound, and yeah, it was brilliant. It was awesome. And actually, the sounds for the monsters, I made them. It's my voice, their like twitching sound, and it's pretty cool. It's unedited, and I can remake that sound for you now. And it's basically this. And that's my actual voice. It sounds like I have a fucking bird in my throat, but yeah. And now I got some awesome concepts for you. Here's some concepts of the monsters. And this is the original Twitcher again, and yeah, you can see he has a laughing face, and I've always liked laughing faces in monsters. It looks like psychos, scary things, and his clothes are generic suit clothes kind of things. So you can move on. Here's the director's cut concepts for the hands. The heads with the hands coming out from their mouths. That's pretty cool as well. Here's another concept that was never used. Again, scary smiles with very weird eyes looking at their own direction. Again, concepts of some faces here, some like caged face. Something is, you know, this is pretty interesting. This face looks like a bowling ball or something. Here's the hand again. So yeah, so the back side. I have I wanted to make a very weird crawling monster, but it was unused. Actually, this idea was used in Cry of Fear instead, so you should check that out. It's my next modification.
the music in a horror mod is very important, and so I put a lot of emotions and atmosphere into the music in order to make it really fit in the mod. And a lot of guys have been wondering if I've been making my own music or if I've been using other music, and that's both of it. I've been using a lot of Aphex Twin Traps, which is a British musician, and he has made a lot of up songs, but most of the songs in Afraid of Monsters are actually made by me. And I will show you some of the tools and programs I'm using to make the music. So here's Fruity Loops. It's the music program I'm using, and you can see here is the play button, blah blah blah, the patterns, and yeah, let's try and play the song. Probably recognize the song from the mod. It's actually in the Afraid of Monsters mod, and so yeah, that's the program I'm using. You can hear some other songs, unused songs that I've not included in Afraid of Monsters. There's a lot of content in Afraid of Monsters that is not used at all in the mod. I'm not sure why, but most of it is old stuff. Like, for instance, the knife in Afraid of Monsters was it was not a knife, it was a big, huge sledgehammer, and see, that's an example of things that has been taken out. Now let's go back to the songs, and here you can hear like this song. Or like here's another song I made. This song was used where David was standing in front of the mirror and said "damn it" and all that stuff. So yeah, that's the music in Afraid of Monsters. Yeah, Afraid of Monsters has taken me 2 years to make, and the director's cut version took me another 2 years. So all in all, took 4 years to make the whole Afraid of Monsters series. What has modding learned me? Well, I can tell you this. I'm now working as a game developer at DICE, Electronic Arts, and proof for that is this. So yeah, I'm working at DICE, Electronic Arts, So I'm currently working with Battlefield 3.
I can't tell you more about that because that's top secret.
So modding has learned me a lot, and especially Afraid of Monsters. So I recommend you, all of you, to, if you want to get involved with the gaming industry, you should start modding. It's very good practice. So yeah, I hope you like this making of. I hope you learned something, and thank you for watching. I'll see you.
Let the whole world fall away. I'm falling to my arms. Stay with me. I don't know how long we've got left, and so I'm asking you to forgive